All right, gang. Remember in part one, we just finished talking about that beautiful piece of RG6 that was running down the front door of my house. I got this contractor kid who did not want to climb up in the attic, so he just did what I told him I didn't want to do, and he ziplined a new cable to the old cable going down the front door. So that front door is the front door of my house, right? Now, if I was just a renter, that would be totally acceptable. That would be totally acceptable. You know, if I was just a renter, you know, and I was just a doper, and I was just partying and I didn't give a fuck, that would be acceptable. I wouldn't give a shit. But I wanted it gone. And you can still kind of see the line there. You see that line? Yeah. So I call it in. He was a cool black dude. A tech. You know, in the real van. He goes, "Yeah, brother, I see it. I see that line. I'm in front of your house right now. I see the line going down your front door." I'm like, "Yeah, dog, you see that line?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Man, I told that kid I didn't want to do that. But he did it anyway. I want you to send somebody back out here, you know? I mean, what if that was your house?" I was like, "Look, brother, you're a tech, right?" He's like, yeah. I'm like, "Yo, man, you do custom installs. Now, imagine if you were going to do your house, right? Would you run this line?" I mean, it was coming across like this. Down, across there, down the door. I was like, "Would you do that?" He's like, "Nah, man." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, don't worry, brother. I'll get you taken care of. We're going to send somebody out." I'm like, "Cool, man. This is cool." So, check this out. He sends out this kid. He was awesome. So, first thing we do is that line that was running across here. I took it down. He puts me in a burial. Go into this splitter over here. At this point, I had already pulled out the wires. There was a wire going into this bedroom. There was another wire going underground across into the other bedroom. And then there was that third wire that ran across the soffit, remember? It went across the soffit, all the way down the side of the house, all the way across the front of the house, all the way down to the front door and in. I pulled that out. I pulled out the wire going to the other room. So there was only one line coming here into this bedroom. So he's like, "Yeah, we're going to put a splitter there. Well, why don't we just put the line straight in?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool. That's cool." So we eliminate the splitter. He just puts this line straight in. It went right here. You can see the holes in the wall. So it actually went down, under, and up. So there was nothing there. Just ran it underground, straight in. And that was cool. That was cool. So we're going to go take a look at that. Now that wire was for the internet, which I got running in here. And then I had my TV right here. Right here. We see that hole down there. that was actually a wall plate for the cable. So what he did was he ran a wire up in the attic. I'm not going to go up there and show you. Up in the attic, all the way across to this closet right here. This is like a little air handler closet. And you can see the hole up there where those speaker wires are coming out. So he had the RG6 coming down here. Straight out here to this plate. It was beautiful, man. I had my TV, cable box right here. Plugged in, it was working, it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And he left. Got it running. Even smoked some weed with him. He was really cool. Really, really cool. After he got done doing the burial, before he did the attic drop, he wanted to get high. I'm like, yeah, dude. Cool with that, man. Whatever you got to do. And it was great. So I had no wire here anymore. This wire totally eliminated. This wire right here, totally gone. The only wire I have is in this bedroom here, and I had the router in here, and my brand new cable drop, which was right there. So, you know me, I'm always thinking about how to make things better, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute here. So my internet fucking comes in from over there at the tap, comes underground to this beautiful house box right here, and then it goes back underground to this room here. Wait a minute, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I'm thinking, you know what? I can do a shorter run than that. Now, I've had this house painted. There's a hole right there. There was electrical pipes coming out of that hole going to that shed, which I pulled out. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull that wire out of that bedroom. I don't want no wire going in like this to this bedroom, right? So I went in that room, clipped the fitting, pulled the wire out of the hole, pulled the wire out of the ground, pulled it all up right to here, right here. You see that little hole right there? I just went, boop, put it in that hole right there. Now I'm in the laundry room where that hole is. That hole is actually right there, where the old homeowners ran electric into a shed or something, which I actually pulled out. I ran new electric to that shed. So I got the RG6 coming in right here instead of way over in that bedroom, right? So I'm thinking, okay. Well, back then I had a shelf up here. Before I took the shelf down and all the plastering fell down with it. The plastering wasn't even attached to the concrete. It was just there. But I had a shelf up there. So I got smart. Instead of running the router all the way over to that bedroom, I just ran it right here, put it up on that shelf, plugged it in right here. So I had the internet right here. And that was awesome. I was so happy about that. I'm like, man, that's great. Because the best thing you can do, to have a good connection is to have short runs. You know, the shorter run you make, the better. So it was right here. It was absolutely wonderful. I called up the cable guy, told him what I did, asked him to put on a new fitting. He asked me, you know, what I did. And I said I didn't do anything in the house box. He went out, checked the house box, you know, make sure that it was still grounded properly. And he went, okay, he put a new fitting on it and he left. So I had my internet right here. That was like 2016. I remember. It was so cool, man. So now my internet is in the laundry room. It's out of that bedroom. And I don't have a wire running down my living room floor anymore because I got a drop for the TV coming through this closet here. So now I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. I wonder what else I can do. Well, I wonder if I can relocate that router. I'm thinking about relocating it again. I'm thinking about it and I'm like, you know what? It's so cool that I got the router up in here. I'm thinking about possibly moving it again. So what I did was run that RG6 up the ceiling, through the attic, and I set up my splitter in here. I had a splitter in here, which fed my TV in the bedroom here through that hole. There's holes everywhere. Yeah, there's holes everywhere. There's a splitter in here. I had a three-way splitter. So I had TV in my bedroom, TV in this living room, and my networking equipment right here. I like tucked it behind the TV, kind of. And that was cool. Then I was like high on the hog. I'm like, damn, son, I got my shit set up nice now, you know. I got the router, networking equipment right with my cable TV right there. It's all run into one spot, you know, instead of wires going here and there. And my friend was talking. He's like, you know what I did? I used to do network closets. Like, network closet? What the fuck? He's like, yeah, man. Network closets. Like, I can put your router and your stereo receiver or your amplifier or your CD player, whatever you want in your closet. I'm like, oh, man. That got me thinking. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. So it took me about a year to get there. I had finally cut the cord, got rid of the cable box. So now I have this wall plate here, which I just took off so that I could run some speaker wires through, see? I could actually run a Cat 6 to wire my computer if I wanted to. But I eliminated the fucking cable. Only internet now. Go only internet. So I eliminated every wire in this house. The wire running down that door. Wire running behind those bookcases. The wire running into this room and in my bedroom. You know what? I think it's time. So I went ahead and I knocked out this closet, these closet shelves. I built this, well, I actually built it 3 times. The first time I built it, it really sucked. Then I reworked it and I made it a little better. And then I reworked it again, and I really got it nice. See, I got 4 shelves, plus a little shelf, and then the top where I have my router, modem, and stereo equipment in here. And the RG6 runs down the ceiling. And I had bought a brand new spool of speaker wire at 16 gauge. And I was smart while I had the cable tech up there running me the wire, because I'm too fat to get up in the attic. I electrical taped some the spool of 16 gauge speaker wire and fed it to him and had him drop it down in here for my amp. So that is so cool. It is so cool. So the router, the modem, and all my stereo gear is in this closet. And no, it does not overheat. I know you're thinking about that, if it was going to overheat or not. No, it actually does not overheat. I don't have that problem. And that leads me up to today. Yeah, I actually did get one line run up into the attic, soffit, right through the soffit, see? That's how you do it. You got your home run, burial, or aerial, all depending on if you got a pole or a ground tap. And then you just run one line into your soffit, up into your attic, right at the attic opening. And then you could put a splitter there. Or in my case, I'm just internet only. So all I do is run one line, the attic, to my network closet. And that, gang, is my learning experience. I am like almost certified tech now. So if I do lose my job, which I don't think I will, I could definitely go to work for Spectrum, because that was a lot of years of learning. And that, folks, is my story of the cable guy.